pause few hours ago as the disgrace of Bola Ahmed Tinubu finally showcased few hours ago in a live television program. Tinubu wiped off tears moment he was disgraced in a live television program by Seun. This is an interview that opens the bottles of Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and it's still amidst the protests that took place from August 1 to August 10, the End Bad Governor protests in Nigeria. And a lot of things happened because of the protests, but come and see what happened in the early half today. This disgrace of Bola Ahmed Tinubu finally showcased one-on-one on a live interview with Seun. So let's get to stay connected to the end of this video. I'm going to play you the full video in this very video. You're going to see everything that happened. It is after the protest that a senator came out and was trying to pass a bill that there should be no protest in Nigeria, that if anybody should protest, they're going to put the person in jail or all of that. But come and see you in the early half today. If you can share this video, just do well to share it. Share to the social media platforms. Let it go viral. Share to groups. Share to different people. And let a lot of people get to know what is happening in the country right now. And if you can share it, just like it as you're watching it. Like it, give it a thumb up as you're watching it so that it will be recommended for us. Just stay connected. I'm coming back again.
Welcome you back to LAJUPOG Watch TV.
I don't have bad news for you today.
The home of religious gossip.
And boy, you should leave the fight for Mohammed.
What is happening in the Christendom? Join now to make sense with LAJUPOG.
Hello my great and wonderful viewers, welcome back to LAJUPOG Watch TV. For those of you coming across this channel for the very first time, for those of you that are new on this platform, ensure you click the registration button appearing on your video screen, and do well as you clicking it. Click the notification bell icon and outside so that whenever we drop a new video in few hours time, YouTube will easily let you to know. A lot of things is happening to Bola Ahmed Tinubu right now. Right from the time that they allowed the protest to kickstart from August 1 to August 10, a lot of irregularities have actually taken place. They never stopped the protest from taking place. The people that wanted to do the protest, they've been announcing it right from time. Even a month before the protest, they said they want to make the protest, and they staged out their agitations. That's the normal thing that normal Democrats do in a country. That's the normal thing that people do in a democratic country. They listed out their agitations and they announced up front that they want to stage a protest. But come and see what Tinubu did. Come and see the way Tinubu attend to the issue. They were doing everything to stop the people from protesting. Hungry people for that matter, they were doing everything for them to stop the protest. They can't attend to their agitation. They pretended as if they did not even see their agitation. Now they want to stop the protest. They begin to insult the intelligence of protesters. They begin to insult the intelligence of the citizens of the country. They begin to insult the people that they're thinking that they're ruling and governing over, the people that put them in power. They begin to insult them. That was when we saw Shetima coming out that if anybody should come out to protest, that person is an idiot. That was when we see Akpabio coming out, the Senate president for that matter, coming out and making out to the general public that if anybody should come out to protest, that he will be in his house eating and dining and enjoying himself. And we see the likes of Wiki and others. They came out to bully protesters, intimidate protesters, and at the end of the day, the protesters still come out. They still come out to stage the protest, and a lot of things actually went wrong in the country. What they never expected actually happened in cause of the protest and all. And this is not what Nigerians actually want. Nigerians actually want a peaceful protest where they will demonstrate their right as a protester, and the government will attend to their agitations. But the protest went wrong. A lot of things went wrong in cause of the protest. Now they're freezing the account of a lot of international bodies, and as if that is not enough, they said they are the one that is in charge of the protest, that sponsored the protest and all. Now they're freezing billions of naira in accounts of people and all. That's what is happening now. As if that is not enough, a lawmaker came out and he made known to the general public that he want to pass a bill in the House of Assembly and House of Rep, all of that, that if anybody should protest against Tinubu or against the government, that the person will be put to 10 years imprisonment or all of that. You will see everything now. Seun Okinbaloye are finally scattered everywhere few hours ago. With one-on-one with Bola Ahmed Tinubu, Tinubu never expected what happened few hours ago. What Seun did in a live television program. A lot of you might have seen this video, but for those of you that have not seen the video, I'd like us to stay connected to the end of this video. I don't want you to miss out on this very interview. If you can share the video, just do well to share it. Share it to different social media platforms. Let it go viral. And if you can share it, just like it, give it a thumb up so that it will be recommended for us. The approach of Tinubu has been a very wrong approach, and we don't know the people that actually advising Bola Ahmed Tinubu now. The people came out in cause of the protest. They said Tinubu should reduce the cost of governance. They said Tinubu should do this, he should do that. Now they announced the protest before the day of the protest kickstart at all. They announced the protest up front. Now instead of them to attend to the agitations of the people, they begin to do every negative thing to just ensure that the protest will not take place. Now it is true then that they wanted to bring out Oro in Lagos, in broad daylight, unannounced Oro. They just wanted to bring it at impromptu. As a matter of fact, protesters actually said then that if they should bring out Oro, that Oro will see hungry people anger and Oro will not wait to see the rest. That was what the people said, and a lot of things actually take place. They invited traditional rulers and all. Is it to stop the hungry people and all? Is it to stop the people from protesting now? Those strategies went vowed and none. And as if that is not enough, the people still protest. They're supposed to attend to the agitations of the people, but they refuse. Now, after the protest, fuel price still remains at the price that it is, and the fuel is very scarce at the moment. And after the protest, there is still hunger in the land. After the protest, herdsmen is still buying people in their farms. After the protest, herdsmen are still raping women in their farms. And a lot of women in Ondo came out to protest. They said, no, enough is enough. Herdsmen cannot be buying their men and be raping their women in their farm. Now, they said they will not go to the farm until Tinubu do something regarding the security of the country. Now, the insecurity of the country have turned to something else and is becoming more of nothing now. A lot of things is happening in Nigeria. After the protest, they've kidnapped a lot of people in this same country. After the protest, a lot of things are happening. A lot of irregularities that Nigerians came out to protest against is still happening. Nothing is being done. Tinubu came out and caused the protest to make a speech at the day 3 of the protest, which was on Sunday 7 a.m. But the speech did not attend to the agitations of the people according to what the people said. That was why they continued the protest to the day 10 now. Nothing still happened, nothing changed. Now they said another protest is coming on October 1 has been announced by Moyele Sowore. And they said the protest that happened from August 1 to August 10 is just a preamble. October 1 is Independence Day. They said the protest will start from Abuja. That was what Sowore said. Now they're doing everything possible to stop that one. Now come and see what happened to Tinubu in the early half today. In a live television program, Tinubu shektarized tears. Nobody expected it. He is wiping away tears due to what Seun Okinbaloye did. So I would like us to stay connected to the end of the video. If you can share this video, just do well to share it. And if you can't share it, just like it. Listen to Seun, then you will listen to what some other people say in Nigeria, and you will be shektarized. Just stay connected. I'm coming back again.
It looked like the state government and the local government wanted to shield themselves out. It looked like it was a problem with the federal government, and some of us actually highlighted the fact that government is government at all strata. Every government had to come out to defend the fact that there is hardship, there is hunger in the land. So this is not a Tinubu government alone. Let me give you an example. The Council of State made the other day and gave a vote of confidence On the president. And his government. The Council of State, as powerful as that body is, because it's an advisory body made up of a club of former presidents and heads of state and so on, as powerful as that entity is in terms of the people that populate it, it is not their business to give vote of confidence. One way or the other. It's a business assess institution in the country and advise the president. Vote of confidence is secure from the people. That's where the mandate derived from, not from the council. So it is on poverty that's going to give vote of confidence when it is reduced. It is going to be hunger that will give vote of confidence when it is reduced. But only products will give vote of confidence when it is reduced. And we hope the government is going to work extra hard to get those things done well. I'll give you another example based on the point you raised. The governor of Bauchi State, Bala Mohammed, for example, spoke passionately and said, not only the president, but every one of us political leaders should be held accountable for what went wrong. Bauchi indeed put a robust anti-protest mechanism. But on the day, the people erupted and the government didn't say, oh my God, this picture is not as pretty as we thought. Mr. President, are you hearing it? We are at the subnational level. We're feeling the pinch and feeling the heat. Therefore, we need to work extra hard to regain the confidence of the people. So nobody can talk any longer. They can't talk. Yeah, you have to face the reality. I can talk and say what the state governors the eruptions is going to catch up with everybody. Absolutely. See what the state governors are doing. They are rapidly now accelerating the democratization processes at the local government level because of the Supreme Court ruling.
At least 4 or 5 states.
More than that. That means when they have those elected officers, both the chairman and the councillors, they too occupy their own democratic position to say, hello, the people who put you in are watching you. The same way they're watching the governors and watching the president, everybody is going to be under intense scrutiny.
The sky is falling, it's going to fall on anyone.
Everybody said. So the most important thing is not to say PDP or APC or NMPP or Labour Party. It is the business of the political class to ensure there is public order and social stability. But it is the business of the president and his team to organize the political order. And I said in my piece, which is trending everywhere, that the president is operating from the margins and periphery of the political state. That means he must move into the center. In 1990, now Obasanjo won decisively and said, I can't even govern alone, even with my victory. I need the two other parties, AD and APP, to come and help rebuild this country already choked down by convulsions. And then he set up the Office of Inter-Party Affairs, appointed the chairman of APP. Then he incorporated Uncle Bola Ige, remember very well, as Attorney General. Yeah. He brought in Adesanya's daughter, brought in Shatta of APP, ultimately Ezife of AD into the cabinet, to give that sense of elite consensus, which is the first step in building national consensus.
So we need a government of national unity.
This government is
that
narrow.
What we need?
It's narrow. You don't even know in the classic sense of government of national unity. He's got a mandate of a sort. That means he could govern the way he likes, but nobody wants to leave office as a president broken and forgotten by history. You need to leave a legacy. The way to do it is to engage, embrace the political class, embrace the political state.
You don't see the president doing any of that now.
I don't know what it is, him or people around him. It is important that he begins to listen to the people and listen to even voice of patriots all over the country. If you look at the coalition that brought him to power in 2023, that coalition is even weakening. If you look at the cast of the people and the geography of that coalition, it's weakening. That means he needs to rebuild his political, muscle all over. It happened to Clinton in 1992. He won decisively. By 1994, his presidency had virtually crumbled and collapsed. He had to reinvent it in 1996.
And his party could not even hold, they couldn't retain power.
If
the Republican Bush came in,
absolutely. So if you have the president who is operating as if policies will help the day, policies could help if the policies are populist. They're not populist. You can't remove subsidy.
Unfortunately, there are those who believe that, look, our nation needs some very strong policies, albeit very unpopular. That the policies that will take us to the next level will not be popular policies. It will take strong, decisive leaders to be able to make those policies. Unfortunately, it seems that that's what Bola Tinubu is stepping into.
The contradiction there is this. If you want to embrace populist domain, the people, you must, in essence, enunciate policy programs or prescriptions that is going to sit well with them. Whether it works in the short term or long term or mid term, it can then isolate the lead and say, I'm working with the people because that is where my power lies.
Well, anyways, their party's philosophy is warfare.
But then,
it's the left of the center.
Yeah, sure.
So when we imagine that those policies should be
absolutely popular, but then if you don't embrace the elite and alienate them, and then you liberal economic model from the Western world, from Washington and London, it's the one driving you. You neither have the elite to compensate for the lack of popular support. You neither have the people because the policies are perceived to be anti-people. That means you're caught in between. You cannot, even if I take a view that you need bold, vigorous, transformative, difficult policies to move a country. If you don't get the politics right, you can't get the economics right. What is tried to do in the past one is to get the economics right, but abandoning the political space and the political state to whoever I don't know. That is why everybody who is part of the contestation of power a year ago are rioting, political riot. I think of PDP doesn't seem to understand, believe that this government protects the interests of his constituency in power and politics. PDP is all over the place, almost only something. So you need to bring them and tamp down the rhetoric. It's your job as the president to do so. And people who are around you as handlers must understand that he has to pierce through the scaffold of a narrow terrain of power within the villa to embrace the outer world. That's what I'm coming.
So you need a strong political advisor.
I don't even
that will stand in the gap.
Remember what happened when the governor of Bauchi State spoke. The message from there, Dogara and the rest of said, oh, he's attacking the president. Oh, he's like, no, he's not. Loyal opposition means
I saw your piece when you talk about the Dar tribe.
It's important because if you speak as a governor of the state, Bauchi in this instance, they said, my people are hurting and they're pointing fingers at me. They're pointing fingers at you too. You should construe that as tough love. The governor loves the system loves the state to be stable, the state to be cohesive, to be coherent. But pointing out powerfully that the president and his team need to sit up the way the governors themselves need to sit up too.
When we sit up at the national, subnational, and local level, when the people engage with us and we understand their pain and work towards ameliorating their pain, this country will see moments of growth and progress.
Prof, what you're saying in essence is that whatever we saw from the 1st of August is just a child's play. It's just a tip of the iceberg, and that we could see more of agitation if immediate and urgent steps are not taken.
You know what? We don't want to. As patriotic forces, myself inclusive, as one of the founding fathers, if I'm not too old to be, if I'm not old enough to be a father, a founding uncles of this republic, we paid our dues from 6-time detention under Abacha. Those National Security, one of the leading parties then, conferences upon conferences across the world and here to build infrastructure of democratic governance that many are tearing down. It's our duty to hold this baby firm, no matter how the baby is full of what. As I said, the first one at the political level, convene a meeting of the top leaders of this country, the party chairman of these 4 parties, the National Assembly, NAS, both the minority and majority, the chairman of Governors Forum, National, chairman PDP Governors Forum, bring them together in the conclave, in the villa, shut the door, and tell yourself the political truth. No one party can run this country alone. No one faction of the political elite can run this country alone. Inanimate the office of the special advisor inter-party affairs. Let it be almost a cabinet level position. Bring an inclusive political person there who understands the terrain and is very easy with you. Easy with ATIKU, easy with the P2B, easy with Kwankwaso, and filling that gap. Let it be the one to do the legwork. Politics will continue, contestations will continue, policy differences will continue, but we're done with amity and sense of conviviality.
But let me bring this patriots. The Patriots is a group, of course.
That's a different thing from Nigerian Patriots.
Absolutely, the Nigerian
But this one is a group.
That's what
I'm part of that group.
Patriots. So, and we've seen the Professor Wabweze
in the past,
yes,
FRA and
FRA Williams and the likes. But they've gone, led by Emeka Yoku, a very well-respected Nigerian, and they are asking. Is very also important. A lot of people have debated it.
For a new constitution.
For a new constitution. Birthing a new constitution, do you think that is
well at the level of a powerful political or nationalistic rhetoric is a wise call. But unfortunately, there was a closure in 1998 with the death of Abacha and the death of Abiola, who won election, and the coming to power of Salami Abubakar. Abubakar met the leaders of NADECO and said, go run election. We said, we don't need an election. We don't need a constitution. We need a sovereign national conference. We need to restructure this country. He said, my people in the army do not know what you're talking about. They think you want to break up the country, but if you run an election, you win. Run on that premise. We went to form a party, AD. They gave us a constitution. We blindly accepted that constitution, thinking that in the future date, on the determined future date, we could revisit that. But the closure has occurred because the president has been sworn in and parliament have been sworn in. To bring a new constitution, you must therefore do 2 things. Obey the laws of constitutional gravity. That means go to the text of the existing constitution and amend it as specified by it. Or disobey the law. That means destroy the constitutional state. Ujimoro did it in 1992. I will not say in public, on air.
What happened?
He won. He won and didn't want the constitution. He needed a better constitution. We know what he did. In essence, to have a new constitution is not a call of the president. The president can only persuade. At the end of the day, the parliament must intervene.
But does this parliament look like the kind of parliament?
I'm saying that as passionate as the call by the patriots I'm part of, maybe it's rhetorical. Because at the end of the day, there are 3 ways you can get a new constitution. You must dislodge the existing democratic order by through popular insurrection, displace it from this place and say, there's vacuum. And then you now bring in a conference with constitutive powers. 2, you can do what Fujimori did, which I will not say on air. Number 3 is to persuade the president that they're trying to do, that will persuade the parliament and persuade regional communities and nationality groups from ACF, not the Elders Forum, to PANDEF, Afenifere, must come together because the senators and reps bear loyalty substantially to them, not just to the parties. If they say no to the president and tear that document called the new constitution and use it as a toilet paper, so be it. To overwhelm it means you must overpower the constitutional state.
Anyway, there are those who will say,
must wait.
we've had constitutional conferences in 2005 under Obasanjo. Jonathan did another in 2014.
It will not going to work.
And yeah.
This president is, and as I said, with even a weakened power base, which I'm stressing on for the president to understand, he has a weak political infrastructure he's running with. He needs to rebuild it. He can't even go to him in a setting with the North. Apparently, political not seem to be rioting. You find that the political East is still not on board. You find that the South seems to be neither here nor there. Okay, you need to have all these people politically on board. That part of presidential power we are projecting. When you're on board, and then the patriots come with the urging for a new constitution, then it is possible that the president can flex his muscle.
The activist said he does not need to be physically present before making a difference. These are his words. Being part of a protest most times has nothing to do with physical appearance or physical presence. Since the protest started, he has participated fully. He has been away from his family for 5 years, and he has other obligations. That is why he was not on ground. So he's saying there are things that are more important, but he was aware, and that effective teamwork is what matters. The nature of these demonstrations has changed to accommodate technological interventions. In other words, he's reiterating that he doesn't have to physically be present. So anyone who is accusing other people for being foolhardy in physically being present for the protest while he was outside the country, and now they're being detained, and he who was agitating and galvanizing is abroad, supposedly enjoying his life. While he's saying again that the protest will resume on October 1 if their demands are not fully addressed. Remember that he's been placed on a watch list. What's your take on that?
Well, for me, this is an information age. This is a digital age.
Okay.
So people mobilize, galvanize through the social media.
Okay.
So and the labor movement, NLC, TUC has a Department of Mobilization, which Showore knows too well, because he has been part of the labor movement since his university days. So he knows how these things work. So he must not necessarily be physically present.
You think so? Well, a couple of netizens have reacted to that. Some have called him a coward. Some have called him someone who is being sponsored to galvanize this. Some have said all manner of things. They've made comparison to the Occupy Nigeria protest, which was led by then one of the APC stalwarts, currently the president of the country, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and of course the government now. That during the Occupy Nigeria protest, they led the protest. So if he was strong in his belief and if his agitation was true and right, which of course is a reality, why did he supposedly stay out of the country? Why didn't he leave and come back if he considers this a priority?
Those making those accusations doesn't know history. Where did the Occupy Nigeria happen? At Ojota. Ojota is a safe haven for Tinubu and for the APC because Ojota is in Lagos. APC is in control of Lagos State. Nobody will come to Lagos and arrest them.
Okay.
So nobody should come there and arrest them. Did they march on the streets? They didn't. So, and again, they had a Democrat as a president in the person of Goodluck Jonathan. Who has compassion. So this is a completely a different era. But Showore did what he's supposed to do by sensitizing and mobilizing. And for the protest commencing on 1st October, these people have shown their grievances, and government has promised to do something. So it's good that to sit back and watch government because there are still hunger in the country.
Obviously, that's what they actually say, that if between now, this is currently August, and if between now and October 1 they haven't seen any changes, they'll definitely go back on the streets. So but a couple of critics are saying that the government is already putting what you call stuntmen all right, or horns or barricades to ensure that that particular organization or protest doesn't come on board. We saw how they went to court to ensure that that does not take place, and the court did not allow that to hold. They actually declined their request. Is it possible that this administration may come up with something, anything, in the name of the fact that this could lead to nefarious individuals taking advantage of the stability of the nation and balkanize our democracy? Is it possible that something like that will take place between now and then?
Well, unless they will kill all of us. Because protest is our civic human right.
Okay.
Protest is part of our fundamental human right. Protest is one of our essence as human beings. So when things are not, protests are used to put government on their toes. Protests are used to draw government attention to where they are erring. So there's nothing wrong at all with protests.
Okay.
My only concern is let it not degenerate to destruction of public and private properties, and let it not degenerate to breaking of law and order.
Or obstructing the activities of those who want to go about their businesses.
But nobody can stop somebody from protesting unless if government will start doing the right thing.
The right thing. Okay, so apparently, still on it, some leaders of the End Bad Governance protest under the umbrella of Abuja Network left groups. They've called for the immediate sack of the National Security Advisor Nuhu Ribadu, the Inspector General of Police Kaide Egbetokun, and the Director General of the Department of State Services Yusuf Magajibichi for the role they played in clamping down on peaceful protesters across the country. Now, the activists say they would not engage in any dialogue with the Nigerian government until those being held for participating in the protests across the country are released unconditionally. And this was via a joint statement signed by the leaders and made available to journalists just yesterday in Abuja. According to the coordinator of Creative Change Center, Omole Ibukun, the Nigerian government's response to the peaceful and bad governance protest is worrisome and unacceptable. They faulted the president for the use of force and repression against protesters, including the midnight abduction of Michael Learning, Sadiq, Opaoluwa, and Angel. So they say it's a stark reminder of the dark days of military dictatorship in Nigeria, especially the brutal Sani Abacha regime that Nigerians resisted. What's your take on that? And do you see any plausibility of that happening?
Well, we are moving towards that.
Moving towards what precisely?
We are moving towards a dictatorial state. We are moving towards a totalitarian state where people cannot protest, where someone cannot criticize the government is simply totalitarian. Everything for the state and nothing against the state, which is not democracy. So from what you saw that happened at the National Assembly, they want to push us into a totalitarian state. And that shouldn't happen.
The Kano State government released a statement where they said that the protesters who came and thronged the court in Kano took over vital documents, corruption files that they already have against the former governor of the state, Abdullahi Ganduje, the current APC chairman. Well, he has actually fired back. He said that for, what's his name, the governor of the state now, to accuse him of being the one to sponsor the thugs that came into the court and took over those sensitive documents. That's not true. Rather, it's the governor who initiated it. What would you say to this?
We are thinking beings. We have common sense. Why should a governor who initiates a case go and vandalize the documents? So for me, it is the supporters of Ganduje that must have done that. We witnessed such at Igbo Shere in Lagos State. When Igbo Shere got burnt, we had that Tinubu's corruption cases file also got burnt. Understand? So, but for me, this will not put an end to the case because there should be photocopies, there should be duplicates. Sure.
Thank you for staying connected, my great and wonderful viewers. You can see what is happening in Nigeria. I've never seen a country as Nigeria in my entire life. I've been to different countries of the world, but I've not seen a country like Nigeria. The leaders of Nigeria, they're taking this country for granted. If you can recall, a lot of things is actually happening in Nigeria, and we'll be breaking to you back-to-back updates regarding the terrible things that are be ongoing in this country. You know, they said they want to make a protest on October 1. So will I announce it it on News Central. He made the public announcement. He said he himself will be coming down to Nigeria to be available for the protest and all, because a lot of people have actually been dragging him that he did not appear in cause of the protest, but he can mobilize people for the protest and all. They said, what kind of leader is that? That if it's sure for him that he should come down to Nigeria to come and lead the protest and all. That was what they sent to Sowore, and Sowore responded. They said he will be in Nigeria from that October 1. Even before October 1, he said he will be in Nigeria, because he said the protest will continue from October 1, because the people are still feeling like the government did not attend to their agitations, because every irregularities that was taking place in Nigeria before the protest, everything is still ongoing. You know, Tinubu made it known to the general public in cause of the protest, and the day of the protest, he made a speech and he made it known to the general public that the people should stop protesting, that he's going to do something regarding everything they said and all. But he never attended to a single agitation of the people. That was what happened in cause of the protest. That was what happened. Tinubu never attended to the agitations of the people, and he wanted the protesters to stop protest, but the people actually continued the protest till the day 4, day 5, day 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Until the 10th day of the protest. And you know what happened in the north? A lot of irregularities took place, where the waving flags of Russian and all, they calling the attention of coups to take over the northern part of Nigeria or the entire Nigeria and all. You can see all those things that happened in cause of the protest in the north. The kind of protest that took place in the north is different from the one that took place in the south. Now, for Nigerians to avoid that, the north now said Tinubu must reduce fuel price to around 180. The southern people were saying that Tinubu should reduce it to around 100 naira per liter. That was what they said in their agitations. But none of these agitations were being attended to. Now till now, all the agitations of the people still remain null and void. Herdsmen is still buying people in their farm even after the protest. Kidnappers are still kidnapping people in different regions of Nigeria. There are still banditry after the protest. A lot of things is still ongoing. Terrible things still ongoing after the protest. Herdsmen are now raping women in their farms, and that was why the women of Ondo State, they came out to stage protest that enough is enough. Herdsmen cannot be raping them in their farms again. They said they will not go to farm again until Tinubu have something to do with the security state of Nigeria, that they must attend to their security stores and all. They said herdsmen cannot be spoiling their farm with their cows and be spoiling their things and be raping their women and be buying their men. They said enough is enough. Now, there is why a lot of things is ongoing in Nigeria. There is why there's no food in Nigeria. There is why you are buying a bag of rice for over 80,000 naira in Nigeria, because people are now running away from farm. People cannot go to farm again peaceably to farm. We have a lot of farmers in Nigeria, and the lands of Nigeria are very fertile, but people are running away from farm due to one reason: herdsmen. And now till now, even from the regime of Buhari to the regime of Tinubu, they have not attended to the issue of these herdsmen, and a lot of things is hiking up in the country due to these herdsmen. The herdsmen security issue is one of the major issues in Nigeria. People are running away from farm. They can't farm again because herdsmen are now raping them, and herdsmen are now buying their men. They are doing all sorts of things to them. They are spoiling their farm after they might have sweat and do all those things, spend a lot of money on labor and all, but some people will just bring cow from nowhere to just invade them. That's what is happening in Nigeria now. All the irregularities that have been taking place is still ongoing in Nigeria. Fuel price, after the protest, fuel price still remained the same. It even hiked up in some places, and now the fuel in question is not scarce. You will be seeing queues in different fuel stations and all. That's what is happening in Nigeria now. The agitations of the people are not being attended to, and I believe so well that the government head Sowore speaking in News Central that the protest will start and continue from October 1 now. Can't they do something reasonable? Can't they attend to the agitations of the people before October 1 so that the people will stop the protest, so that the protest will not come to the limelight? Is it until the protest could start again and they will begin to buy a lot of people that are their violence and all, and they begin to take a lot of people's life? You know how many people they took their life because of this last protest? Do you know how many people that lost their life because of this last protest? Now, instead of them to do something to stop this coming protest that Sowore announced from October 1 by attending to the agitations of the people, by attending to the security thing, by attending to the fuel scarcity and fuel price, by doing all sorts of things, by reducing the cost of governance and all, they did not do something about it. They're taking the people for granted according to what a lot of Nigerians are actually saying. Rather, a senator came out and said that he wants to pass a bill that anybody that come out to protest or speak against Bola Ahmed Tinubu, that the person will be sent to jail or the person will pay a fine of millions of naira. Is it hungry people that want to pay that fine? You can see that these people will never come out to pass a bill that if the government officials to mafia and the public fund, if they should involve themselves in corruption, that they should put them in debt by hanging and all. They never pass pass all those bills of corruption, but they're passing bills just to cripple the masses and all. That's what they're doing, so that the masses cannot speak against them. But now they bow under prayer. They said the bills cannot be approved and all. That was what they said. Now I don't mean that they approved that bill, Nigeria would have turned to something else even as that now. That's what is happening. Now you can see the strategy that they're putting in place to just stop the protesting, to just stop the people from protesting and all. They are channeling the negative energy on the right thing. Now the people said they want to protest on October 1. Now they're doing everything possible to stop the protest negatively by passing bills in Aso Rock chamber and all. That's what they're doing. Instead of them to attend to the agitations of the people, they fail to attend to the agitations of the people, and the people are still hungry till now. Now the people that are hungry, they should come out again on October 1. It won't be nice. That's what is happening. It is better Tinubu attend to the agitations of the people and make sure that the people are okay in the country. But rather, Tinubu is busy increasing the salary of judges. Is increasing the salary of judges against the next election. Have you ever seen a country where they are finding it difficult to increase minimum wages, but rather increasing the salary of judges, the judiciary? Now they increase the salary of judges, and by so doing, it's a strategy for 2027 election, so that if INEC should manipulate their way, the political parties will take them to court, and after taking them to court, the judges will be the one deciding the case, and the judges will not be able to work against people, the party that increased their salary by 300%. You can see what is happening. It is the same Tinubu that released wardrobe allowance for the judges and all, and now increasing their salary again by 300%. What are you sensing? That's to tell you that Tinubu want to spend 8 years on that presidency. That's what is happening. They're already mapping out plans for the 2027 election. Obi and Atiku may not see a chance with the strategies that Tinubu is putting in place right now, just for himself. It will still come out to increase INEC salary. You will see it. We are in this together. Just drop your opinion in the comment section on this video. So I'm gonna dedicate another 20 for you, and sure follow me on my social media handles on Facebook at LAJUPOG TV and LAJUPOG Entertainment, on Instagram at LAJUPOG. Guess what, guys? See you in my next video. Bye for now.
I see the hot for my body, I say make I yarn you. Religious gossip plenty day for body. Pastor with the line on top, he pastor. For LAJUPOG Watch TV. Pastor with the bar, where? Politician with the do pass himself. Corrupt leader, all the while you waiting for church. All as LAJUPOG Watch TV.